What is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex, back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, let's jump right into the topic of this video. So the Las Vegas Raiders are finally back on that football field. Today was day 2 of voluntary OTAs for the team, and even though it's just mainly player drills and things of that nature, it still is really exciting to see players out there on the football field with that Raiders helmet on. It definitely is getting me excited for training camp coming up in the summer and ultimately the preseason, where we can see a lot of our young guys out there on the football field. But in today's video, I wanted to focus on the quarterback situation and focus on an article I saw that ranked all 32 NFL quarterbacks in the National Football League. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So according to Pro Football Focus, they ranked all 32 quarterbacks in the National Football League, and the Raiders were ranked 30th out of 32 when it comes to the quarterback rankings, suggesting that the team will face one of the most challenging quarterback situations in the league this year. And also what was interesting was that they didn't necessarily state who the starter was. They put Aidan O'Connell / Gardner Minshew. So it's definitely something I just wanted to talk about. And really when I saw this, I wasn't shocked by this at all. Like, to be honest, I can understand why we are ranked this low, just because, although you could love Aidan O'Connell, you could be his biggest fan, he is an exciting young prospect, but at the end of the day, we still haven't seen enough from him to go out on a limb and say he will be the future franchise quarterback of this team. He showed some flashes in his rookie season, but it's still a small sample size to go off of, and he had some up and downs like any other rookie would. So there is a bit of uncertainty when it comes to Aidan O'Connell. I hope he can reach his potential in year 2. I hope he could be the franchise quarterback of this team moving forward. That would just help out our franchise tremendously if we can secure that position. But really, year 2 is going to be a huge year for him, for his overall development, and just a huge season of analysis for his overall progression as our quarterback. And Aidan O'Connell, entering his second season, has shown flashes of potential that have intrigued fans and coaches. And Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce did express some confidence in Aidan O'Connell, stating that he has earned the right to be the starting quarterback for the Raiders heading into this season, heading into training camp. So it seems like Aidan O'Connell is going to have the edge in that aspect. And Aidan O'Connell's rookie season was just marked by some moments of promise, showcasing his overall arm talent and his accuracy throwing the football down the field in tight windows and making some pretty impressive throws as a rookie. But on the flip side, like many young quarterbacks, he also displayed some inconsistencies, and he definitely has some things to improve on. Some of those things, in my opinion, are his overall mobility inside the pocket, just not being a statue in the pocket in that aspect, and just using his legs a little bit more, and also getting better against pressure, throwing the football down the field. So O'Connell definitely had some up and downs in his rookie season, but that is to be expected of a rookie quarterback. And really, Antonio Pierce's endorsement of O'Connell just kind of highlights that this organization, that the Raiders, they definitely have some belief in his potential to grow into a reliable starting quarterback. Because I thought going into this year's offseason, quarterback was going to be a position they were going to address, not only in free agency but in the NFL draft. And it turned out that the Raiders did not address the quarterback position in this year's draft, which definitely surprised me. But this just kind of tells me that the Raiders front office with Tom Telesco and head coach Antonio Pierce definitely sees something in Aidan O'Connell, so much so that they're willing to gamble with him moving forward into 2024. But Aidan O'Connell's performance during the offseason, in OTAs, and in training camp will be critical for him solidifying his position as a starting quarterback. This is a time for O'Connell to improve on all the little things he needs to fine-tune in his game going into year 2. And really, this is going to be an offseason where they're going to help him try to adjust to the new offense under Luke Getsy. And although AP said he deserves the right to come into camp as a starter, it doesn't mean that he cannot lose his job to Gardner Minshew, as Minshew is no slouch at the quarterback position either. And really, this just jumps me to our second quarterback option, and that is Gardner Minshew, who on the other side of the quarterback room, he's different from Aiden O'Connell. He's more of a seasoned veteran, known for his charismatic personality. And I would say he has an exciting play as a quarterback. You know, he doesn't have the biggest arm. He can make some of those deep throws down the field. He just has been inconsistent with that at times. And just his overall arm strength isn't as good as Aiden O'Connell, in my opinion. But one thing that he has shown is that he does have the ability to improvise using his legs from time to time. I think that's definitely a valuable asset for a modern day NFL quarterback. You know, Minshew has carved out a reputation as a reliable backup and a pretty reliable starter when he's forced out there throughout his career, with notable stints in Jacksonville, Philadelphia, and recently with the Colts. Now, his experience and leadership are also valuable assets for the Raiders quarterback room. And I think he definitely gives this quarterback room a little bit of stability in case Aiden O'Connell begins to struggle next season, or if he gets injured, whatever the case may be. But Gardner Minshew's arrival in Las Vegas also brings a level of competition that could push and motivate Aiden O'Connell to elevate his game. You know, it definitely seems like Aiden O'Connell is a mentally strong quarterback, which is another reason why I wouldn't have minded us drafting a quarterback. I think that would even put a little bit more pressure on his plate, and that could have potentially brought a little bit more out of him, trying to show the front office that he is that guy at the quarterback position. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this quarterback competition plays out. I mean, despite Antonio Pierce's initial endorsement of Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew's experience gives him a legitimate chance to win the starting job if Aiden O'Connell does not improve in year 2, or if he begins to struggle at some point in the season. And just in general, I think Gardner Minshew, he has seen more NFL defenses throughout his career. He has a little bit of an edge in that aspect, and he's just seen more in the NFL than Aiden O'Connell has currently. So it's definitely going to be an interesting battle this year in the offseason. And really, this is the first year in like over a decade where we have a legitimate quarterback competition on our hands. So really, given all this information, I can understand why PFF has us ranked so low in the quarterback ranking group, just because our current quarterback situation is really based off of potential with Aiden O'Connell, who is going into his second season and really could go either way when it comes to his overall development. And if Aiden O'Connell doesn't pan out, well, our other alternative is Gardner Minshew, who, you know, I like him as our backup quarterback, but really that's what I see him as, a backup quarterback, a high-end backup quarterback at that, because he has shown that he can be pretty solid when he has to start. He can win you some games. He has some things to his game that I definitely like, but just given the uncertainty with the development of Aiden O'Connell and just the limited ceiling a guy like Gardner Minshew has, I can understand why PFF has us ranked near the bottom of the league at the quarterback position. But I will say this offense has a lot of firepower, a lot of weapons, and I really think the success of this offense next season is really going to be predicated on how well the offensive line can produce next season, especially in the running game. I think this offense will need to have a solid running game to be able to open things up and be able to involve all of our different playmakers like Brock Bowers, who really could just be a nightmare matchup for opposing defenses. You're talking about a guy who can line up as a traditional tight end. He can line him up at the slot. You can line him up in the backfield as like a fullback. He can get the ball out of the backfield as a runner. He has speed, athleticism, and he can also get involved in the run blocking game. And obviously, I still haven't mentioned the likes of a star wide receiver like Davante Adams. You got Jacoby Myers, who's a really solid number 2 wide receiver. You got a guy like Trey Tucker as well, who I think could really be a game changer for us. He's one of those guys that when he's out there on the football field, opposing defenses have to respect his speed. So really, if Aiden O'Connell is going to be that guy next season, he's going to have to utilize these weapons. So ultimately, we'll just see, man. But as I said, the Raiders are currently on voluntary OTAs. Really, when it comes to this time of the year, I'm more kind of focused on the young guys on the roster, because those are the guys that, you know, every single day on the gridiron matters for them. They need to earn their position on the roster. They need to work their way into the final 53-man roster. But it's definitely an exciting time period. But Raider Nation, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below of the PFF ranking, having us as the 30th best quarterback room in the National Football League. Let me know down below. But with that being said, Raider Nation, that's all for you guys in today's video. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, I will see you guys in the next one.